So I'm a father for 3 kids. I have a wife, Yardin. We're married for 10 years. I really miss them. I write in Nashville. I really miss Israel and my family. I'm an Israeli Orthodox singer. I'm a Levite too. I'm coming from a family of Levite. I'm Yair Levi, Levites from the Levite tribe. And I'm a former IDF captain in elite unit. So every Israeli going to the IDF when you're 18. So I had a band when I was 16. I just left it because of the army. And I passed the test to be in an elite unit that's similar to the Navy SEALs of America in Israel. And then I signed for more years. So I left them after 8 years with an option to go to a military career, but I decided to quit to fulfill my dream to be a musician. When I was in the service, one of the things that, because it's a special unit, you can't tell anything. You can find yourself, I know that in America you can fly for a couple of months and then you go back. But in Israel, it's like every day. You can make a very secret operation to risk your life, and then to go back and to drink a beer with your friends, and you can't tell anything about what's happened a couple of hours ago. Because the war happening inside of Israel, or maybe on the borders, so you feel all the time very proud of what you do, because you know that what you did right now is to keep the life of your family. You see it like every day. I can tell that in the operation that called Songwriting, that was in the end of my service. I remember myself like I was a captain and I was. It was in the end of my service, so I had a lot of experience. But this experience was very important, I think, in my journey, because you feel that what you do is right now, when you fight in this fight and when you win in this battle, is helping to the people of Israel right now, because they have rockets on their head. I remember myself risking my life for the first time and going back to the base and asking myself, why am I doing this? And it was like a moment of very deep thinking of why. I can just be relaxed at home, or just, I don't know, why do I fight, or why do I risk my life? And I have a lot of plans of my music and things, I don't know, and family. And the only answer I found was Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, the Bible. This is the promise of God to my people. So when I'm fighting, I'm actually fulfilling the dream of my grandfather, that he couldn't imagine that his grandson will fight for this land. He was praying for 2,000 years next year in Jerusalem every day. But for him, it was like just a prayer that I think that they didn't believe that it will happen. And for me to go in this path of fulfilling this dream of 2,000 years, this was the only reason why I will fight for this land. So this was something that changed my life when I understand that it's all about God. And I remember myself that a lot of people coming to the service and becoming more secular. For me, it was to go into the service and become more religion. That's why people asking me sometimes, you're not disappointed that you start your career only when you was 28? It's very late. And I said no, because this is what make me who I am. So the service was very important for me. I'm so glad to do it, so proud to be part of it. After a couple of months, I understood that the main people that keep listening to my songs, that I released more songs later, are Christians. And I asked myself, what will I do with this? I'm an Orthodox Jew. I don't know who are those people, what language they speak, what is their way to pray. Who are they? Why are they so moved by this? Why they listen to my music in Hebrew? I just went back home and I felt like I'm not doing what I want. It's maybe it's just happening, but it's not what I want. I want to sing to the people of Israel. And I remember myself sharing this with my wife, and she told me, it's not all about what you want, it's about what God wants from you. And I was like, wow, okay, so you're right. I need to do it. I need to stop to run from it. But the more I make a research, I understood that we have like 95% of the things in a common and only very few things that we disagree, that actually there is a lot of things that we can do together, that we can make together. I started to release more songs, and I saw that people really interesting of listening to the music, to psalms, to music in Hebrew. So I'm putting like translation and translate on my songs that people can sing with me and to understand. I understood that it's like something that just happening right now in the Christian community, that people want to connect, to go deeper with their faith through the Hebrew roots. I would not say like even Jewish roots, it's a Hebrew roots of Christianity. So I started to share more things on social media about the Hebrewness of the Bible, like things that you can't understand if you don't speak Hebrew. For example, when I shared that Lech Lecha with the story of Abraham, when God telling him, leave your country, it's not go forward. It's in Hebrew, the meaning is Lech Lecha. It's two words that means go to yourself. And you can't understand it even if you are a Jew. If you don't speak English, if you don't speak Hebrew, you can't understand it. And it's a deep message. When you go to a journey, the journey is the purpose. You need to find yourself in the journey. It's not that you need to go to somewhere. The journey is for finding yourself. And this is what God wanted to say to Abraham. And I understood that people were so moved by this video that they understood that they have to learn Hebrew if they want to go deeper with their faith. And it's not about Judaism, it's about Hebrew. There are so many people that talking about the things that we disagree about all the time in the media. So I'm so happy that the social media gave me the opportunity, and it's like, actually, this is what I think God wanted, to be the one that illuminate the things that we have in common instead of fighting. For me as an Orthodox Jew is something that I couldn't imagine that I will do. I couldn't even think that I will sit here and speak in English and speak with people that have a different faith than mine. God is our Father, is the Father of all of us. Jews, Christian, Muslim, it doesn't matter. And He wants us to be together. At the beginning, it was kind of a surprise. In the middle, it was like, what am I doing with this? And in the end, right now, I hope it's not the end, but now is for me kind of a way to use music, to use the Hebrew Bible, to bring people together, to illuminate the things that we have in common, to be kind of a light in this darkness of fighting. And I feel that this is what God wants.
That's Jesus doing something good through them.
Right?
We're called to love God